And number one, yesterday, Mr. Carey Price himself, not wearing a cowboy hat, but he did address the media. And I think he needed to clear the air after so much has been said on his behalf without him directly speaking to the public. So maybe Drew and Annik, you can just kind of give us your hot reaction about what happened. Why do you think he talked to the media in the first place? What was on his mind?
It was probably an opportune time, I'm assuming, just with the All-Star break coming up. And it is the midway point of the season. 44 games have been played, so it's actually just over the midway point. So it was a good time for it. Carey was ready. He seemed relaxed and cool and calm enough to talk about it. And the biggest concern that really came out of it, is, of course, was the doubt about the status of his knee. And it sounded like he's not even sure. Like, he doesn't seem to have a clue whether he's going to play again. And that's kind of a big deal if, all things considered. We don't really know how bad the injury is ultimately. He keeps having setback after setback. And he's going to be 35 this year, right? So he's not getting any younger, as we know. But that was probably the biggest thing that leapt off that was the biggest surprise, I would say, for those that were watching the press conference. Is this? No one knows, including Carey, whether he's going to play for the Habs or any team, because, with all the trade speculation. And then, of course, he addressed that as well, that he's motivated just to put on the sweater again. So that was really cool to hear, that he just wants to put on the Montreal Canadiens sweater again. He signed the 8-year contract, he said, because they want to be here. Him and his wife and family, they're settled here. They're happy here. So at the end of the day, he has the choice whether he moves. So, but right now it's about his health. It's the next 2 weeks, figuring out if his knee is going to be good enough to play, not only this season, but going forward too.
I think with the lack of, like you said, he's anxious to know what's going to happen, but with the lack of information and certainty about the season, for me, I was actually kind of hoping that they would just shut him down for the rest of the season. There's no point. I know we're going to talk about the goalie situation a little later on here, but there's no point in, I don't think they're rushing him, but to adding that extra pressure on him. Why not just shut him down for the rest of the season, let him rehab properly, and then he's going to be top shape for training camp, hopefully. But Drew, like you said, I think the most important thing here was that he doesn't want to move. He's happy where he is. He's settled. And we know that Carey Price wants to be a Montreal Canadian regardless of what happens. So I'm happy he's well. He seems to be well mentally. That was a huge part of the conference as well, addressing the support from the fans, the support from his family, which he was tremendously thankful for. So I'm happy on that aspect, that he was able to maybe start paving the way for athletes to talk about their mental health. And ideally, it led to the Montreal Canadiens kind of creating this this aspect of a team that could be able to help them out in the long run when it comes to mental health. So great to hear him speak, great to have him involved. And James, to answer your initial question as to why he's doing this now, I can't help but think that maybe this is Chantal Maccabé's influence of saying, hey, we need to be a little bit more transparent. We've been seeing it with the news recently. People are more transparent as to what they're saying. So maybe it was time for him to just address the situation and just say a few key words and basically shut people up. Like, I'm fine. I'm going to be coming back when I can. I don't have as many answers as you think.
Yeah. Oh, James is a little muted there.
Yeah. Sorry about that. No, I was just going to say, get ahead of things, right? So, there's trade deadline coming up. Just hired a GM. Yeah, I circulated an image of Wayne Gretzky crying at the podium after he got traded from Edmonton, and you guys almost unfriended me. And, because we didn't know what the hell they were going to talk about, right?
We consider it.
Yeah, exactly. But no, he reaffirmed that he's Montreal to the bone. He doesn't want to go anywhere. Clearly, with what happened with Seattle this summer, I don't think he's interested in entertaining any sort of movement thing. And yeah, they did just play Edmonton, who do need a goalie if they want to go the distance potentially. But maybe GM's talk. I don't know. But let's put that all aside. He's here for now. He got in front of the media. He said what he had to say, and no more speculation. He's rehabbing, and until then, we have to deal with the current goalie situation.